23 in the chat, because this is the year, you guys. This is the year that the plant grows, it breaks through the soil, is the when we start to flourish. This is where abundance is coming. This is where everything starts. Everything starts today, you guys. This is the youngest that we'll ever be. All right. This is the youngest that we'll ever be starting today. So if we don't take the chance to do anything about our today, how are we preparing for our tomorrow, you guys? Let's get pen, paper, get your notepads ready, because note takers are the money makers. We are here to breed success. We are here to be conduits to success, you guys. We have to let's be intentional today. Let's be present in every way on tonight, because I don't know about y'all, but I do not want to miss anybody coming up speaking on tonight, because what they have in store for you all tonight is going to be life changing. All right, let's approach this call, you guys, with a clear mind, an open heart. All right, and be ready to receive just what you're on this call to receive. You're on here. You got invited on this call for a reason. There's a reason why you're in the room on tonight. So be ready to receive what it is that's coming before you all on tonight. I'm super excited. This lineup that we have tonight. Um, woo, it's gonna be a good night, man. If they'll have you out here all night. Man, y'all gonna be ready to take that leap, no parachute. Everything is about to come into fruition today. I feel so good about tonight. Um, let's see how y'all feeling up in that chat right now. We got some I'm ready's in the chat. We got some 777s in the chat, you guys. Um, we're gonna get this thing kicked off really soon. Um, Let's if you have anybody that you might feel needs to hear this call on tonight, need some motivation, need a little environmental change only for a few hours, send that link out, you guys. Send that link out, and let's get more people on this call. Let's spread the impact. Let's impact as many people as we can on tonight, and prepare for tomorrow, this 2-day event is going to be life changing. It's already life changing. It's already impactful. Thank you all for coming on the call tonight. Let's see where we all calling from. Drop your city, drop your state. I'm here. I'm tuned in all the way from Savannah, Georgia, representing the Dirty South. You know what I'm saying? We up in here. We up in here. We doing it, man. We doing it big. We got South End. Who else we got on this call tonight? I know we got Jacksonville in the house, man. Who else is tuned in on tonight? Drop your city and drop your location in the chat. Where you calling from? What city? What state? Okay, Duval. Duval is in the building. Let's go. Let's go. It must only be Duval in the house today. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's get this thing going, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. Welcome again, you all. Welcome again, you all, to the pregame. We're just gearing you up for success, man. 2023 is going to be the best year of our lives, the best start of the best years of our lives, you guys. So let's just keep going. Let's get more people on the call. Let's get excited on tonight, you guys. We're going to get this thing kicked off in just a few. We got Oxford, Mississippi in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the call. So glad to have you tuned in tonight. I know we're streaming on a few different things tonight, so I can only see the Zoom chat. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, you guys. Here we go, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. All right, you guys. Hope y'all ready. Hope y'all pre-gamed up. We got to get our morning stretches in, right? For the game, before the game start, we got to pre-game. We got to get our stretches in. We got to make sure we nice and loose for the game. We got to get right. All right, we got to get right, guys. Let's get in the proper mindset because we about to kick this thing off. If y'all ready for y'all first speaker tonight, let me get some activity in the chat. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat. Let me get some I'm ready's in the chat right now. We about to get this thing kicked off. We're gonna kick this thing right. But I gotta see some excitement. I gotta get some feeling in the chat right now. If y'all ready to receive the first wave of refreshing information, the first wave of value. If y'all ready for that right now, let me get some I'm ready's in the chat. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat because I don't think it's right if I kick this thing off right with this speaker. If we don't get the temperature right now, we don't heat it up, we don't turn it up right now, I don't feel comfortable bringing this gentleman on just yet because he needs to feel that intensity. He needs to feel what it is that we need from him so that he can match our energy, right? So he can match our energy. So let's amplify. Let's turn up our vibrations. Let's rise our vibrations now. Let's get to a level in our mindset right now where we're expecting the highest. We're expecting the very best. We're expecting all things that we desire in our mind, in our hearts right now. Let us get to that place right now. Let us vibrate to that place right now because what this gentleman is getting ready to hit us with right now is going to just take us further and further where we want to go. All right. Take us further and further where we want to go. So right now, I'm super excited right now. I'm super excited to bring up this gentleman. This gentleman is a impactful individual, not only as not only as a friend, not only as a brother, but as a husband, as a mentor, as just positive impactful leader for the generations to come. I'm just excited for if we had to leave our future in this gentleman's hands, I would rest very well at night. I would rest very well at night knowing that this gentleman is going to go to all ends of the earth to get it done, to make it happen, to keep you inspired, to keep you motivated, and to share his journey in order to inspire and impact everybody else that's around him, man. This gentleman is a very selfless leader, gives it all that he's got, man, and he's only one phone call away. He's one phone call away, man, and that's all that some of us need on certain days. And this gentleman here is he takes the cake when it comes to just inspiring you and speaking life into you on a daily basis, man. I can't say he's something, but he ain't nothing without that beautiful wife of his by his side, man. Super excited and grateful to introduce to you all my man, my brother, my guy, Mr. DT Sturgill, the mind, Mr. Make You Think himself. Mr. Sturgill, are you on the call? Let's get it.
Yes, I am.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and everybody see and hear me. I need you to drop some 777s in the chat. If you can see and hear me right now, I need you to drop some 777s in the chat so I can see, are we vibrating at the same level? Give it up for Justin J. Rock Robinson for that impactful, how can I say it, intro. And like I said, I'm very, very appreciative of everybody who jumped on the call tonight. This is going to be a 2-day call. So I really suggest everybody have a pen and pad handy because there's going to be a lot of gems being dropped on this call that you can possibly use in your life to impact your 2023. So if you're ready to get started right now, type of 777. I'm not going to take up much of your time because we have a whole lineup of speakers, especially tonight. And if you egged on by tonight, just think about tomorrow. So I want to see some 7-7s in the chat so I can get this thing started. 7-7-7s in the chat. Who is ready to come think with me? I want to see some 7-7-7s in the chat. Okay. I see. Okay, I see I'm talking to the right group right now. But without further ado, have anybody ever heard this statement, mindset is everything? Anybody? If you heard this statement, mindset is everything, that is a very, very true statement. Because believe it or not, everything starts and ends in the mindset. If you believe that, type of 777 right now. Everything starts and ends in the mindset. Now, I really want to come to you tonight and break down the perspective of mindset. Now, if you hear me right now, I know you've heard plenty and plenty times before that mindset is everything. Now, I just want to let you in to the key of living a better life from right now in 2023 and on to further on. So first of all, you have to be able to change your thoughts. If you can change your thoughts, then you can change your world. I'm gonna say that again. If you can change your thoughts, then you can change your world. Once you begin to accept this, everything will change for you. Now, I just want to ask, have anybody in the chat ever had a bad day? I'm gonna turn my back for those who don't even want to, just put their hands up in the chat or drop some 777s in the chat or even say me in the chat. If you're having a bad day, your mindset could turn it better. Did you not know that? If you have something that you would like to achieve or even accomplish, and it might not seem like it's going in your favor right now, guess what? I'm gonna let you in on something. If you can change your mindset to this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. See, that's a different shift in your mindset to the point where you see every challenge that you are facing right now began to shift because of your positive thinking. Now, I'm not saying that you have to think positive 24/7, but you have to have some type of positivity in your mind and your thought process for everything to turn around in your life. Now, I know we all have bad days, but how many of us can actually say that in the midst of the bad days that we done had some positive thoughts that can shift it around? Now, I know that this is very, very true, people. If you want things to change in your life or circumstances, you must first change the way that you think. Everything goes by how you think, and life is all about perspective. But what kind of perspective do you have on it? And when we tap it into perspective, that goes into your mindset. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing: your mindset can either make you or break you. I'm gonna say that again: your mindset can either make you or break you. Now, your mindset pretty much projects the story of your life. It's a motion picture. And guess what? You are the star. You are the star of your own motion picture. Now, I want you to think of your mindset that you possess like the script to the narrative of your life. You get to produce, direct, and write this by the thoughts that you have. So now you got to dish this thinking and start to adapt some new things. Now, your thoughts must play the right role in your life to capture the life that you want. So what kind of role is your thoughts playing in your life? What kind of mindset is you allowing to have the leading role in your life? It's either negative or positive. Now, I did hear one thing. It was about, I think it was with Steve Harvey. And he said, whenever you wake up in the morning, your mind works in two ways. It works negative and it works positive. Now, whatever type of mindset that you choose to have in the morning, it takes over your day. When you wake up and say, you know what, today is going to be a bad day, it starts to adapt that. Today is going to be a bad day, and it does everything in its power to present you with a bad day. Now, alternative to that, if you say that today is going to be a good day, then it does everything in its power to make sure that it is going to be a good day. So your mindset is basically totally up to you, but it's just up to you what type of mindset will you adapt during the day. Don't let it be the bad mindset, but always let it be the positive mindset. Let it always be the positive mindset. Because I'm telling you, if anybody is on here right now, please mute yourself. Hold on, please mute yourself. Play the Landers Center, March 9th through 12.
On Zoom, the text message they sent.
Please mute yourself. If you are on here right now, please mute yourself. But it's all up to you. What type of mindset that you truly have? Like I said, I just know this to be so true. But I believe that it is one of the most hardest invisible muscles to work is your mindset. Now I'm telling you that this muscle is doing a workout every single day in between your ears. And I'm not talking about that fancy place that you go to work out your abs, your biceps, your quads, your triceps, or however many muscle groups that you do have. I don't know, but you do get the point of what I'm saying. But I just want to leave you with this disclaimer that I am not a personal trainer. But get back to exactly what it was that I was talking about. Your muscle is your mind and your thoughts are your reps. How powerful is that? Your muscle is your mind, but your thoughts are your reps. So what are you lifting on a day-to-day basis with your mindset? Are you lifting more positive thoughts or are you lifting more negative thoughts? That's the question that you need to ask. And then on top of that, I really want to ask you, and I want everybody to reflect on this question, is what is my mindset on? I'm going to ask you again, what is my mindset on? You see how I did that? What is my mindset focused on? Because whatever you focus on will grow. You just need to navigate whatever you give majority of your attention to. Everyone, and I see this so much, and I did it myself, I be focusing so much on the hard work to come that I neglect focusing on the mind work. Everything operates through and through the mind. To and through. So what type of mind work are you doing daily? Everything starts in the mind first, and then it is carried out by everything else. And I really want to dive deeper into our mindset because it is vital, because our thoughts head to our feelings and our feelings get us into action. If you got a pen and pad handy right now, I really want you to write this formula down. I'm going to give it to you. I really want you to write this formula down. Mindset plus action equals results. I'm going to say it again. Mindset plus action equals results. So if you want any type of results in your life, especially in 2023, you have to have the proper mindset. And on top of that, you have to take some type of action, because mindset without action equals nothing. So what's 0 times 0? 0. So you have to be able to apply both of them in order to have some type of results that you want this year. Now, I know that with the right mindset, everything is possible. Now, I know you're looking at me as like, how do I know is this right or not? Well, first, you must have a growth mindset. Now, what I mean by a growth mindset is you have to have the passion for learning. How many of you all have the passion for learning and want to put in that work to learn new things. A lot of us stray from new things because of uncertainty of the new things. But you have to have a passion for learning and developing in those new things. And I'm going to tell you, anything that you start this year, you're going to stink at. Like I was just dating back to your mindset. How many reps are you putting in? The more that you work on something, the better that you get at it. I'm going to say that again. The more that you work on something, the better that you get at it. And I think that many of us fall out of this when we are faced with setbacks, challenges, or any type of adversity. How many of you stray away from new things because you're thinking about the setbacks, the challenges, or any type of adversity that you might face before you even face it? Now, instead of giving up or quitting, we need to see this as an opportunity for us to learn from the setbacks, grow from the challenges, as well as adversity. Yeah, it might be painful at first, but that's what they call growing pains. Do any of us have any of us experienced those growing pains before? Type of 777 in the chat. I need to see it. If you experienced those type of growing pains before, I need to see a 777 in the chat. All right. Now I need you to use that as fuel to go further instead of using it as a destination. You need to use it as a pit stop. Yeah, I'm here right now, but I know I can go further. I'm here right now, but I know I could do a little bit more. Now, you can come back from anything. I'm here to tell you this. You can come back from anything, no matter how bad that you think it is. It's all about your mindset. So what type of mindset do you truly have? And there are ways that you can gain a mindset over time, but not overnight. I'm going to say that there are ways that you can gain a mindset over time, but not overnight. And I'm here just to leave you with a few of them. Like I said, I don't want to run over my time, but I'm here to leave you with a few of them. So if you have a pen and pad hand, I highly suggest that you use it. Now, step one being you have to digest personal development. You must be heavy on this, whether it be listening to something or what are you seeing or simply reading. In order to achieve any level of success, people, you must grow into the person that it takes to obtain what it is that you want or you see yourself becoming. Now, I know this is real big for me, especially coming into the realm of network marketing. When I got down here in 2019, I got around a group of good people. Now, environment do play a part in your success. I got around a group of some good people in network marketing, and they basically taught me that personal development is the key. If you want to be better than the person that you are today, you have to personally grow yourself. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen overnight. Like I just said, trust me, it's a marathon, not a race. It is a marathon and not a race. And I know personal development that helped me in so many different ways for me to dream bigger and not average. It taught me to enjoy the process, whether it be ups or downs, because I'm here to tell you, yeah, you're going to go through a lot of ups and downs in life, or for me to develop myself into a more valuable person. Guess what? The more that you consume, the more valuable that you become. And the more valuable that you become, you step into your purpose. Has anybody been working on their purpose? Because personal development is the number one step to you unlocking that key to your personal development. Because there's going to be a lot of things that you go through on your journey, but you have to have some type of level of personal development in you to face whatever it is. Because if you do now, you can grow to your greatness over time and unleashing your true potential. Everyone has so much potential and greatness in them, but you just need something to get it out. So what are you digesting? And everyone has a gift. It's all up to you how you gonna unwrap your gift. And your gift is something that you do with the least amount of effort over and over and over again, because I'm telling you, it will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. And I fell into, I guess you could say, I grew into my gift of communication. I think communication is one of the biggest things that I do without any type of effort. Because I can take something so complex to a complex mind and turn it into something practical. So my purpose is to serve and mold mindsets. But the only how that you can mold your mindset is you have to invest. And your biggest investment is you. That's the biggest investment you will ever make in life, is you. So the more that you digest is the more that you deposit into your life. So when it comes time for you to get your return, it'll be maximum. It will be maximum. So you have to sit up here and make the first deposit into your life, and the first deposit is going to be personal development. You have to get out there and eat it up. Eat it up in 2023. Now I want you to be number two, I want you to be very mindful of your words and your thoughts. Replace those negative thoughts and words with more positive ones. Now, I know you done heard these things in your head, like, I don't think that I'm worthy. I don't think that I'm enough. All these negative connotations that you put on yourself needs to be switched around. The only how that you can combat something negative is you have to put some type of positive into it. You have to put some type of positive into it. Because what you put in your head, it will be determined to direct your life. And I was strolling on Instagram one of those late nights, and it stuck with me when I seen it. It was a post. It said, take care of your thoughts when you're alone and take care of your words when you're with us. Do you truly understand the power of what I just said? You have to be cautious with your thoughts and your words. Because it says in the Bible, Proverbs 18:21, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And whoever understands this will eat the fruits of it. So you have to watch your thoughts and along with your words, because your thoughts, they become words. Therefore, whatever you speak, you will receive. So if you're going through something negative right now, any type of circumstance, situation, no matter what it is, you have to be able to talk some life into it. You can't talk death to a dead situation. It's never going to turn around. It is never going to turn around. And you got to think about it. You were created in God's image. When he created everything around you, he spoke it. Now, I'm not saying that you have the same creative things that he have in him, because you can make heaven on earth right now. But it's just by the things that you're saying. Now, I know that each and every last one of us are going through hell on earth right now, but you can turn your situation around by the thoughts that you have and the words that you say. Now, I'm telling you, you have to be very cautious of this and start paying attention to the life that you want to create by the thoughts that you say and the words that you project out into the world, because you get what you say. And number three, challenges. I really want everybody to take on challenges. Go out and make mistakes. This is the best teacher that you can learn from. You must try it first, even if you get these two emotions, fearful and doubtful. Fearful and doubtful. Do it anyway. Whatever you want to achieve for yourself, people, you will have to face some type of level of hardship. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy, especially on your way to it. So you might as well embrace it. However you want to make it through, however you think that you can make it through your difficult times, You have to be able to grow some type of skin in the game to get through it. How they call it, pig skin? You have to get some skin in the game to get through it. And face and learn to face these things head on. Because I done heard this saying, whatever you don't face, it stays in your face. Whatever you don't face, it stays in your face. But get this, God is going to test you before he bless you. I'm gonna say it again. God is going to test you before he bless you. Just so he can see, is this truly what you say that you want? Now, God is not going to test you when everything is good. I'm here to tell you that. God is not going to test you when everything is good, because that's not the test. He wants to see, he going to test you when it's bad, because truly he wants to see, can you handle the storm? I heard this quote by Bob Marley, and he says, some people feel the rain while others get wet. I'm gonna let that hang there. Some people feel the rain and others just get wet. So which one are you? And I really want you to get your mind right for the fight of life. And action is very, very vital to your success. Don't let the challenges and adversity or anything that you're going through get you down. You must take some type of action in life, because without action, you would never get anything that you want out of life. And when we was in network marketing, it was one thing that I noticed a lot of people did as we was mentoring them. They always asked how to. If you can get yourself away from the how-tos and start to do action, guess what? It all comes up. It all comes up. The how-tos come up, and you find a way to do a little bit more better because you're experiencing. You have to be able to experience that. Now, information. The information that you digest, it sends you into transformation. You get transformation from self-help books, audios, whatever it is. Just like the book that I got coming out in October and the motivational videos that I post every single week on social media via Facebook or Instagram. Mindset Monday, come think with me. How many of you in the chat that ever heard that? Mindset Monday, come think with me. I just had to throw that in there. I just had to throw it in there. But don't find yourself getting caught up in analysis paralysis. An overload of information with no action behind it is detrimental. Now, I really want you to look at this. Once you get the information, you must turn it tangible, which means you have to be able to do something to turn it into a reality. Now, I recall hearing this seminar by the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe, and he stated a powerful statement. He said, the right information determines the right destination. Now, when I heard that, I said, it's slightly true, but I just feel like it's something missing from it. It was something missing from it. I just couldn't put my hands on it until I sat back and thought about it. And that was action after the information to reach your target. You have to take some type of action towards it in order to reach. Now, I really want to tap in a little bit more with and or without the information, because most people never take action due to the fear of change. How many of us all ever had the fear of change? I know I have. I'm gonna raise my hand, because everyone on this call right now has ran to a point in their life where they had some type of uncertainty with life, and it made them fear the change that could come about. But change, I'm gonna let you in. Change is going to happen whether you like it or not. I'm gonna say it again. Change is going to happen whether you like it or not. So why not take control of the sale because you don't control the wind? Really think about it. Why not take control of the sale because you don't control the wind? Now, who said it'll be easy anyway? Honestly. If anybody said life would be easy, I advise everybody just run far away from them. Because in life, you're going to have a lot of setbacks. But I'm telling you, do not give up. Never find yourself intimidated, because you will endure some trial and error in the process of action. That's just a part of it. But you do, I'm going to let you in on something. Don't be afraid to start. Because action, that's the expectancy of action. You're going to go through something. And there was this quote by Les Brown. He said, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to start to get great. I ran into a lot of people who had these two bailouts in life. They either say, I'm waiting on the right time, or I don't have time. And if you get offended by hearing these two excuses, chances are it might be you. But my mom always told me, if the shoe fit, wear it. And I've heard it so many times, but then now we're going to correct these two. And this is the next one. Take action and do it now. If you fell into these, you need to take action and do it now. Because sometimes this comes with failure and fear. But you gain some type of lesson before reworking it or doing better next time. I always tell people, the sooner, the better. And the best time to take action will always be right now. You will learn much more by acting than getting caught up in preparation. How many of you all had something that you wanted to do in life, but you were so much caught in getting all the information that you was over prepared for that you didn't even do nothing? 777 is in the chat. Now I'm here to tell you that the first step is always the hardest, but it's the one that will set you up to become great. And I remember this powerful quote by Thomas Edison. He said, I have not failed 10,000 times. I have not failed once. I have succeeded in proving that those are 10,000 ways that just didn't work. But I had to eliminate those ways that won't work, and I found some ways that did. So will you try 10,000 times and it don't work? See, a lot of us try 1 or 2 times and then we just give up before we even reach the destination. I think I'm going over my time, but I have one more point and I'm gonna leave you all with this. You have to have the mindset. No matter what you do in 2023, you have to have the mindset to take action, because failures are going to come. It's going to come, face it. But you have to be able to think positive when the failures do come and gain that experience and start now to become great. You have to start now. Don't start later. You have to start now, because it comes back in full circle whenever you think about it. Like I mentioned previously, pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts become words and your words become action. So pick your words wisely, because they become actions that you perform daily and overall within your life. Now, I just want to leave you all with 3 questions that you can reflect on. What is the main thing that needs to change with my current mindset? Because like I told you, everything starts with the mindset. What is the thing that needs to change from my current mindset in order for me to live the way that I want to? Sit back and digest that question. Number 2, how do I see my future self? Because before you truly get there, you must go there mentally. I'm saying it again, before you get there, you must go there mentally. What actions am I taking today to become that person? You don't want to be that same person that you was 5 years ago, because now you see that person haven't got you anywhere, or the results that you want in life, or the desires that you want in life. So you must be willing to change. But change starts with your mindset. And 3, what is the biggest change that will help me with my personal development? What are you reading? What are you seeing? What are you listening to? Because all of this plays a very big part in your mindset. And it's all up to you about what do you do when all these things play a part. But I'm not going to take any more of y'all time. I think I went over, but I'm going to hand it back off to Justin. But I'm telling you right now, everything ends and begins with your mindset. So what type of mindset do you truly want to adapt this year that's going to push forward your next 5 years? So you have to be able to start now and don't start later. But y'all have a good one. J-Rock, you up.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I told y'all, y'all put some fire emojis in the chat for Mr. DT Sturchill. Phenomenal, phenomenal information, man. Man, I'm gonna carry that formula with me as well, man. Mindset plus action equals results, you guys. Is faith without the works is dead for sure, man. If we're not practicing these things to do something about our lives, it just simply won't work, you guys. And Mr. Sturgill has helped us to understand the necessity of staying positive when life not looking so looking as good as you want it to look sometimes. And it's sometimes the middle that we get stuck in when we start something and get to the end of a thing. We always get stuck in the middle. So it's best to definitely stay positive, stay intentional, and stay present in the now so that you can put in the necessary work to get to the future, man. Thank you, Mr. Sturchill, for that great value, that great information, those gems you just dropped, man. Somebody probably already got what they need off this call just off that one guess. But guess what? We got a few more for y'all. So if y'all ready for the next speaker, man, let me get some 777s in the chat. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat, because we just getting this thing going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep progressing. We're going to go to the next. Thank you, Mr. Sturgill, for that pit stop, man. And we're going to keep this train rolling. Let's get it going. So if y'all ready for me to bring up this speaker, man, I need y'all to get some activities in this chat. Let me know that y'all got y'all pen and y'all pad ready, man, because the value is not stopping here, you guys. The value is not stopping here. You know, where the night is still young, but we want to get you guys all this value right now. We want to keep this thing going. And without further ado, since y'all seem like y'all so ready, all right, I'm gonna bring up this next individual, man. This next individual, woo, another heavy hitter, you all, another heavy hitter, guys. This gentleman, all right, he's the epitome of just hard work, man, and perseverance, man. When I met this gentleman, he had been going through some things in his life where he was just overcoming a long list of obstacles, but that he kept fighting through. He kept coming across the right individuals, the right people, rubbing shoulders with the right people, showing him the right things. And and when he came across just learning how to develop the proper mindset, it just took off from there, man. I've seen this gentleman just flourish from not knowing how to speak in front of people to speaking in front of people and changing their lives, man, impacting people. When you hear this gentleman's voice on a week in and week out basis, man, I'm super proud of who this gentleman is becoming and who he's turned himself into, man. And I'm just super excited for what he's got to share for you all tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my brother, my man, Mr. Caleb Canoe. If you on the call, man, go ahead and let us hear your energy. Let us feel your energy, bro. Let us know let the people know what they're in store for, bro.
Big energy. Big energy. Take it away. Go. I appreciate it. Sometimes I feel like the living proof, and I definitely do appreciate that, Justin. I appreciate the kind words. For y'all, those who don't know me, my name is Caleb. I'm 23. I'm from Jacksonville. I definitely wasn't born and raised here. DT like to say I was born everywhere and lived everywhere. So I definitely spend most of my time here. I ran into these great individuals. It's great, and I'm just thankful to be able to have this mindset. I'll be 24 tomorrow, so this is a blessing to be able to just have a mindset like this at a young age. You feel me? But tonight I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about goals. Set some challenging goals. Like, you cannot be cheap with your goals. When it comes to my goals, I don't know about everybody else, but when it comes to my goals, I'm not cheap with my goals. Like, I want the best for my goals, and I want the best for myself as an individual. Challenge creates strong character. Goals represent challenge in the most positive form. Don't wish for things to become more easier for you. Wish for it to become more better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more solutions. Set some goals that's going to make you stretch. Set some goals that's going to make your mind expand, that's going to make you a better person, that's going to make you have more understanding in life and give you different perspectives at different angles. Create that type of create that type of environment for yourself. Set some goals with your family, set some goals for your business, friendship. If you're in a marriage, set goals for your marriage. Like, set goals for everything that you do. And this is the reason why, right? Reasons make the difference between how your life works out. And I'm gonna say that again, just in case I stuttered or messed up or just that went over a lot of people's head. Reason makes a difference in how your life works out. Some people need a strong reason to set some goals and change their life. Like, some people have to go through certain situations in life. Sometimes certain people have to witness things like that's uncalled for. My mom always told me, smartest people always learn from their own mistake, but the wisest people always learn from the mistakes of others, right? So that's the reason why it works out, right? The sooner, and this is the reason why, this is the reason why some people need a reason to set their goals, because they just have to experience it, right? But the sooner you install that discipline, you will start enjoying the results, right? I'm gonna say that again. The sooner you put in the discipline, the sooner you will enjoy the results, right? The sooner you knock out your goals, the sooner you're gonna enjoy the results. And I believe everybody can relate to this. Think about a time that you have set a goal and you accomplish it, right? Think about this right now. Think about a time that you had a goal that you had set for yourself. You maybe thought it was impossible. You probably thought it was out of arm's reach, but sooner or later you accomplish it. Think about, how did it make you feel, right? Drop a 777 in the chat if it made you feel good. Which most people are, most people, it's gonna feel good. It made me feel good, right? When I set a goal and I accomplish it, it makes me feel like I can go out and accomplish more, right? It's that feeling, right? It's that feeling other than low self-esteem. See, some people don't set goals, right? Because they're scared. They're scared of failure. And they're scared of that low self-esteem, right? And the only reason why some people are scared of that low self-esteem because they try and avoid it, right? They try and avoid the low self-esteem. So how do you avoid low self-esteem? How do you avoid that feeling? It's by not setting goals at all, right? So it just, I can't do it. But one of the biggest reasons for setting goals is what it makes of you in achieving them, right? I'm gonna say that again. One of the biggest reasons for setting goals is what it makes of you in achieving them. Everybody can relate to this. Everybody learned how to ride a bike at some point in their life. And if you haven't learned how to ride a bike, I'm worried about your childhood. But everybody at some point in life learned how to ride a bike, right? If it takes you 10 times to learn how to ride a bike, every time that you have learned how to ride a bike, you are actually learning, right? You are actually becoming a better person because you are getting better understanding. You was actually gaining a new skill. Now you know how to ride a bike. That gives you a different feeling, right? But everybody learned how to ride a bike. If it takes me 10 times to learn how to ride a bike, every time I failed, I was actually learning something. Some people look at failure and they just walk away from it like, okay, this ain't cool. This is not going in my direction. This is not where I need to be. This ain't working for me. But whole time you're actually molding yourself and you're actually becoming a whole different person, right? So that's why you want to make sure that you are setting the goals that's going to make sure that's going to make a better person out of you, right? Set the type of goals that will make something of you to achieve them. Don't set yourself up for low goals. Like don't lowball yourself on some goals. Don't cheat yourself. Don't don't have no direction, because when you don't have any goals, you can't grow as a person. There's no direction. I know you guys probably listen to the podcast, and I've given this example and this analogy plenty of times, but it's just like a boat, right? Imagine a boat. Imagine a boat with passengers and a captain, and the boat is going to Hawaii. The boat knows where it's going to go. It knows how it's going to get there. It's know when it's going to get there. The boat is planning for the future, right? But think about this other boat. No pilot, no captain, no passengers. It's just going with the waves. If the waves blow north, it's going to go north. Like, you're just going with the wave. You know, you're going with the motions. You're going with everywhere. You're going with, you know, you're just riding the wave just to ride the wave, right? That right there is like no direction. There's no goals. There's nothing that you're gonna accomplish, right? Setting, like, a person that is not setting goals is just like a tennis match without playing against an opponent. There's nobody for you to challenge yourself. That's why I said challenging goals, right? There's nobody for you to challenge you to get better, right? And then there's nobody for you to keep score because you're playing against yourself. It's like a pointless game. It's like you're falling in the same pattern as everybody else, right? You fall in recognition. Setting goals is the most important skills to develop because you're designing your future. Once the result comes in and hitting a goals, you don't mind the hard work or the discipline that comes behind it because you know where it's going to take you. You know, okay, I need to do this to get here. I need to avoid this to do that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff becomes more aware to you and you don't mind the hard work and discipline because you already know the end result. You already know that's going to pay off. You already know you're basically planning for the future. You already know. So, you know, you already know how you feel. Some people, and it's so sad because, and don't be one of these people because I was one of these people, and it was a couple years ago, but I started to realize, I'm like, bro, I'm not setting my goals on the right things. I'm not planning for the right thing. You know what? I planned more time on vacation, like studying. Like I took more time out anything, like dedicating on vacation, like how I'm going to take vacation, what I'm going to do when I get there, out of my own life. Like, I spent more time focusing on vacation, what I'm going to do to escape my reality versus me focusing on what I can do to lead my reality, to make my reality better, to make the situation better. Because a lot of people, they party on the weekends. That was me at one point. Party on the weekend, but Monday you're going back doing the same thing, doing the exact same thing. People say, oh, I want better in life. Show me your goals. Show me what you're working with. Show me what you have planned for the next 5 weeks. Well, I don't got anything planned. If you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. And I know a lot of people have heard that saying, but it's so true. If you don't have a plan, if you don't know where you're going to go, you're just going to be riding the wave. You're going to be in the roller coaster. You're going to be in the seat. You're just going to be going crazy. You're just going to be going everywhere, and your life not going to have no direction, nor is it going to have any structure, right? Anything, you see something that goes off in the news, you get panicked, you get worried. But if you are worried about the wrong things, then that's how other people are controlling you. That's how other outside sources become irrelevant to what you have going on because you're so involved in what the outside got going on, right? So setting goals is just like it's just a blueprint for life. It shows you exactly where you want to go. It shows you your future. And then when you set that goal, it gives you that energy. Like when I set a goal for myself, and to the point where it's like, okay, I know I set this goal, and I know like there's gonna be some things that I'm gonna have to go through as a person, right? Because that's why sometimes we don't have the things that we have in life as quick as we want it, because there's some things that we have to go through. There's some challenges that we have to learn. There's some things that we have to experience, right? So when you're going through life and when you're setting goals, this, you got to keep in mind, like, stuff is not always going to go your way. Like, you're going to get knocked down to your pivot, and it's going to be to a point where, okay, what I'm going to do, either I'm going to drown or I'm going to swim, and I cannot drown because that's, you know, you're going to give up. You got to keep pushing, right? But now I want to talk about why some people don't set goals, right? And I also covered a lot of points of why some people want to set goals, but I'm going to add some more in the flavor, right? Some people don't set goals because some people have reigned on their goals, right? If you have certain individuals and you're around people who don't have goals for themselves, you're not going to realize the importance of goals. If your family don't never set goals as a family and never set goals for you as an individual, you're never going to understand the importance of goals. You're going to go in life, you're going to get a job, and you're going to be like everybody else. You're going to follow the line leader. You're going to be just like how it is in kindergarten. You're going to follow the person right behind you. When they stop, you stop. When they turn, you turn, right? You got to stop. You got to realize, like, I'm doing a little bit too much, but you got to realize, like, I have control over my own goals and my own destiny, because just because somebody rained on your goals or laughed at your idea, laughing at your result, that's why some people don't set goals, because it gives that feeling of low self-esteem. And I believe feeling is the most powerful thing that we have, because when I talk about feeling, right, let's talk about feeling for a minute, because I think that's very important too when it comes to setting goals. When you are starting a job for the first time, right, or if you're buying a car for the first time, or if you're buying something from the store, right, and I'm talking to the females, right, when you buying something from the store, right, you want to feel confident in the item that you're buying. You want to feel good that it's going to work in your favor. Like, it's going to do everything that the label says it's going to do. You want to feel good about it, right? You want to feel good about your goals also. When it comes to your goals, you want to feel good about them. When it comes to anything in life that you're doing for the first time, first attempt, anything, you want to feel good about it. You want to feel great. You want to feel awesome. You buy a car, you don't feel bad about your first car, right? You don't buy a car feeling bad about it. That's like kind of crazy, right? Well, some people actually do start a job feeling bad about it. So I'm not going to use that as an example. But a lot of people use that as like a reason for them not to set goals, because they're so scared of what everyone thinks. Everyone thinks, okay, everyone's laughing at my goals, so now they keep it to themselves, right? And they avoid this feeling of low self-esteem. The way they avoid the feeling of low self-esteem is not setting goals at all. Now, goals is just not important to them because people they don't understand the importance of it, right? And then another reason why some people just simply don't know how to set goals. Like, some people just don't know how to set goals. If that's what you're used to, if that's what you're brought around, if that's what your environment is, people don't set goals, you're not going to know how to. And that's going to be something new to you. And that was me at one point in life. Like, I was around people that just didn't have any goals for themselves. And they might have had goals, but they had the wrong goals. They didn't have goals that's going to make them prosper in life. They had goals that's going to either get them in jail, prison, or buried in the ground. So you have to also pay attention to what you're setting your goals upon, right? And so another thing too is people don't know the importance of goals, right? I also cleared that part. But the failure, like, I feel like I had an issue with this one. The fear of failure. And that's why a lot of people don't set goals, because they feel like they're gonna fail at them. And just because you fail at something, that doesn't mean that you should give up. It's like, you take a loss, it's not a loss, it's a lesson, right? Everything that you're learning, anything that you're going through, you're experiencing for the first time, you're bound to learn something from that experience. And experience is something that no one can teach you about. I can tell you about my experience, but it's nothing like it until you go out there and do it yourself, right? So I just, with failure, I just feel like you have to really just own up to it. You have to really own up to your failure. You have to own up to just the fear of failure, because you're going to learn something from it. Just like the whole bike example that I gave, right? if I gave up how to ride a bike on the 5th attempt, I would, to this day, I wouldn't know how to ride a bike, right? All the failure, me scraping my knees was actually me. Yeah, I was suffering in pain, but I actually learned something from that experience. I actually learned something. It actually grew. It actually made me grow as a person. It actually made me understand how to ride a bike at a different perspective. Like, okay, I don't need to, I'm paddling the pedals too hard. Let me soften up, let me ease it, let me get my balance, right? So if you master this skill, if you understand how to set goals, you will have the remote to your life. You will have the remote controller to your life, because it's pretty much you mapping the blueprint to your future. You setting goals is you speaking to something in the future. You writing it down, the power of the tongue. DT hit you with that verse. The power of the tongue is very true. Once you write that goals down, you say it, you speak it, you believe it, and then you act upon it. And then once you act upon it, it's like you're giving out that energy, and you attract your goals, and your goals attract you. Just as much as you want your goals, it's gonna want you just as much as you want it. And now, right, certain things start to happen. You start to meet certain people, right? That's gonna help you with your goals. Like, people will just come out of nowhere. Like, this God and just the universe works in mysterious ways. Like, you meet people for a reason. Coincidences are not like, it's not bizarre. It's not crazy. Like, I don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you have to understand and find out the reason behind the purpose of why you're meeting this person. And sometimes that's why I say, when you meet people, you got to make sure it's beneficial for you and for them. You have to feed them with information just as much as they have to feed you with information. It can't be one-sided. It can't be a friendship where you're growing as a person, but then your partner, you're feeding him with education. You're trying to grow him as a person, but then he's not moving at the same direction. He's not getting, it's just, you got to be moving at the same direction. You got to be able to make it beneficial for you, for your party, right? But also, when it comes to just goals, don't be, let me think of this. Don't be scared to set your goals. Like, act upon it, because a lot of people don't set goals because they are so used to being the norm, so used to, following the same rotation, right? Because if you don't set goals at all for yourself, you get used by people who have goals. Let me say that again. If you don't set goals for yourself, you get used by people who have goals. You work this job, right? And I have nothing against the job, because I work a job myself. But I want you to understand the purpose of my conversation, of me saying this. And I know that you also have to, when you work in a job, you have to have, I advise everybody to do something on the side to help them earn an extra source of income, right? But when you're working a job, some people get so caught up in the job's goals that you don't think about your own goals, right? The corporate America job is aiming for 80% today. This week, we're aiming for 80%. That's the only goal that you have for yourself that whole week. That is an issue, right? So like I said, if you don't set goals at all, you get used by the people that have them. So people, that is my time. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. If you guys need anything, definitely hit me up. My inbox is open. And I just really want you to think about your goals. Go home, think about your goals, think about what you want to become and what you need to do to get there, what you need to etch out of your life, what you need to add in your life, what you need to pay more attention to in your life to actually get your goals and make your goals clear, make your vision clear. If things are blurry, if the vision is blurry, if people are causing your eyesight to become blurry, please go to the eye doctor and get your eyes straight. Please, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your future, you really got to take this thing seriously, because you don't want to have this, you don't want to be the same person that you were 5 years, 10 years ago, setting the same goals, setting the same thing. You don't want to be a constant New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to set a goal to lose weight. And then 2024, New Year's, you're saying that same goal. And then 10 years go down the line. And then next thing you know, you're just like, you're old and you're trying to figure everything out. And it's like, at that point, it's not cool. It's like, it's too late. It's too late. So think about your goals. Your goals are the blueprint to your life. And if you don't have goals at all, then you don't plan to succeed in life. You don't plan to succeed in anything if you don't have goals, because you're going to be going with the motion. You're going to be going with the same thing that you're used to. So if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So people, please pay attention to your goals. That's my time. Mr. J Rock, I'm gonna hand this thing back over to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jeez. Appreciate that, Mr. Canoe. Fire emojis in the chat, man. Goals, family. Goals, man. Goals. Fire emojis in the chat for Mr. Canoe, man. Go out and live successfully. Man, starting your goals, man, it all starts with making a decision, you guys. That's how we start our goals. That's how we put action towards our goals, making the decision to go for it and see it through until it happens, until it comes to fruition. Goals, man. Goals got to be bigger than you for sure. If it doesn't scare you, your goals aren't big enough, man. We're placed here. We're in this world for one reason only, and that's to go out and live successfully. Go out and make something of ourselves. We're all winners, man. We're all winners. We're here in existence. We're all winners, man. Winners here for a purpose, a divine purpose, and we got to find a way to put our goals together so that we can see our lives reach higher heights, you know. So thank you, Mr. Canoe, on helping us see the importance of setting goals. Man, if y'all receiving a lot of value tonight, if y'all are enjoying what we are receiving from these great speakers tonight, let me get some ones in the chat. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat. Let me get some gems in the chat. Let me see if y'all receiving these gentlemen tonight, man. If y'all getting some good information tonight, because I sure am eating it up, man. I'm eating it up. It's nothing like hearing this information. I don't care how many times I hear it. It's always refreshing to my spirit. It's always refreshing to my vibration. It's always reminding me of just the powerful information that I have in the palm of my hand that is waiting for me to be utilized, in my world, in my reality, to create something new, to create something that I want, to create something that's enjoyable, to create something that's going to last, to create something that's going to set my family and the generations behind me up for success, man. So I'm super duper excited. We got one more speaker tonight. So if y'all ready for that speaker, man, let me get some I'm readies in the chat. I know I'm asking y'all to interact a lot, but I know we had a long day. We all worked today, but this is just a great way, man, to cap off our Monday work day. Great day to cap off our Monday work day. And we're gonna send in the closer tonight. We're gonna send in the closer to cap off tonight's session. All right. And looks like the crowd is ready. Y'all gotta be ready for this one now. Y'all gotta be ready for this gentleman now, because if y'all not ready, what he might say, y'all might take it the wrong way. Because this guy right here, he's a straight shooter. He ain't gonna sugarcoat it. He ain't gonna make it look pretty. He gonna tell you what it is, and that's just what it's gonna be. He gonna give it to you with love. He gonna give it to you with truth, and he gonna give it to you the raw and uncut way, man. I'm super, 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 super excited to bring this gentleman up to you guys, man. This is Smooth Cat, man. I tell you, this is a smooth cat, man. This gentleman here, I've watched grow from being a mere being someone that just sits in the room, sits quiet and observes what's going on in the room, to a man stepping up to the front of the room, orchestrating and speaking and impacting other people from the front, man. I'm super excited for his growth. I'm super excited to see where he has come from and just for what he's got to tell y'all tonight, man. I'm telling you, he's going to leave you guys. If he doesn't leave you guys pondering on what you guys can do to change the trajectory of your life, then you probably wasn't listening to begin with. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up my guy, my man, Mr. Kenneth Joyner. If you on the call right now, bro, go ahead. Let the people hear your energy. Let the people feel you, man. This all you right here. The locker room is ready for you, coach. So go ahead, brother. Take it away, man.
I really appreciate that. You know how we are, J-Rock. We just iron sharpening iron. That's it. So I really appreciate that. I want everybody to drop a 777 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Because I don't want to be giving this game while I'm on mute. I'm stuck on mute. So everybody drop some 777s in the chat if y'all can hear me. Cool. So like J-Rock said, I'm Kenneth Joyner. Everybody call me Ken. I'm 26 years old. Born and raised out of Jacksonville, Florida. This is where I've been at. This is where I'm gonna be at. This is where my peep at. This is where the love at. So this is where I'm at, right? So today I'm gonna really be talking about self-care, self-awareness, self-love, because anybody who know me, y'all know I'm big on self. Anything that benefits self, I'm all for it, because I understand that everything starts with self. Everything starts with knowing who you are as an individual, knowing where you see yourself in the future. And that's really the fuel that everybody needs to get going at whatever they want to get going at in life, right? So I'm gonna start by saying this: in order to gain a sense of awareness when it comes to self, you have to be in tune with yourself. I know for me, being in tune with myself included me talking to myself, right? And consisted of me having genuine conversations with myself. Now, I know a lot of y'all may say I'm weird or I'm crazy for talking to myself, but listen, geniuses talk to themselves, right? You have to have the ability to check in with yourself, see how you feeling about a situation, see how you feeling about your current position in life. So many times we able to pinpoint where everybody else goes wrong at in life, but we can't ever tell ourselves where we went wrong at in life. We can't see why we've been in the same space we've been in for the past 5 years. We can't recognize that, right? You got to be able to evaluate the people that you have around you, the company you keep, because a lot of times the people you have around you and the people that you listen to and the people that you follow and you watch be the make or break to your success, right? So you got to be mindful of who you have around you, just checking in with yourself, checking in with how you feel about the issues going on with life, all of that, right? And y'all got to understand that that's a superpower, right? So just like any superhero movie, superheroes have a ability that most people don't have. Some people be able to fly, some people be able to hold their breath underwater for a long time, right? So I say that that's a superpower because so many people lack this ability, right? This ability to be able to sit with self and actually take heed into their thoughts. A lot of people don't know how to deal with their thoughts. That's why when we was quarantined with COVID, everybody was in the room by themselves. A lot of people couldn't take that. People had to get out. People had to, we was breaking rules to get back into the clubs and stuff like that. We was rushing being around that atmosphere again because a lot of us cannot deal with ourselves. We can't deal with our thoughts. We can't deal with our traumas. It's just something that we can't do, right? So when you're able to do that, to sit with yourself, have conversations with yourself, find out what it is you want out of life, that's a superpower, right? And you got to understand that when it comes to self, you're in a relationship with yourself, right? When you in tune with yourself, you in a whole relationship with yourself. So just like when you in a relationship with another individual, you got to take time to learn that person's likes, that person's dislikes, their triggers, what turns them on, their love languages, all that. So when I say you in a relationship with yourself, it's in that same aspect, right? You have to know what moves you, what motivates you, what pushes you, your likes, your dislikes, right? What triggers you, what makes you mad, what gets you frustrated. Because if you don't know that, it's like where you gonna be going at in life. If I don't know that about myself, I can't tell you what I would like to do. I can't tell you how to treat me. I can't tell myself how to treat myself. I can't tell myself what to allow myself to be around and what not to allow myself to be around, right? So you have to get to know you as an individual. I like to be I like to call this phase I go through a discovery phase, and it's an everlasting phase, right? And it's a phase. It's right. It's just what it says. It's me discovering who I am as an individual, because I know that we grow as individuals. The same person I was 5 years ago, I'm not that individual now. Like J Rock told you, when he first met me, I was the quietest person in the room, and he watched me grow into being in the front of the room, right? So I understand that we won't be the same individuals. So I call it the discovery phase, because it's a phase that you always put yourself through when you discovering you as an individual, right? The same thing I like 5 years ago, I'm not gonna like it now. The same thing I may like today, I'm not gonna like it in the next 5 years. So you always discovering new things about yourself, right? You learning new things about yourself. You're discovering the real, authentic, uncut, raw version of you, right? And so, for the next few minutes, if you haven't already, I know y'all probably already got y'all pen and pads out from what DT and Caleb was talking about, right? So I just want y'all to add this to y'all notes, if you will. So I'm gonna just give y'all a few steps to gaining self-awareness and self-love and self-care, right? So step number one is forgive yourself. I want everybody to understand, because this was something that I personally dealt with, is letting my past beat me down, right? Not making peace with my past. And I want y'all to understand that that can really tear you down as an individual. It could really put you in a mind space that you don't want to be in, because it's like, why did I do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I allow myself to go through XYZ? So making peace with your past is, I'm telling you, is vital to your success. It's vital to your future. It's vital to your peace, right? That's why your rearview mirror is so small and your windshield is so big, because you always supposed to be focusing on what's in front of you. And you can glance back at what happened in the past, but don't look too long, because whatever in front of you, you know what I'm saying, you won't really be aware of that, because you're looking in the wrong direction, right? So that's number one, forgive yourself. Number two is to be mindful. Be mindful of what you have around you, the people, right? The energy, the environments. Be mindful of everything that you have around you. And just not that, be mindful of what you're going through as an individual. Be mindful of what you're allowing yourself to accept from yourself, what you're allowing yourself to accept from other people. Just whatever you allowing to go through and what you're allowing to put yourself through, be mindful of that and how it can either be beneficial or how it can be detrimental to your future and where you see yourself, right? Another step is to act on what you need. Act on what you need. And when I say act on what you need, when you in tune with yourself, we all know what we need. When you really sit down and you evaluate where you at in life, your triggers, your past traumas, you know what you need. You know you may need a little more love than what you get, and you know you may need a life coach. You know you may need a therapist. You know you may need to make peace with this person because they caused this in your life 5-10 years ago, right? So we all know what we need. And if you don't know what you need, I advise that you really tap in with self and find out why you are a certain way. If it's a few flaws that you got about yourself that you can work on, find out why is it that you like that and act on it. Whatever you need, act on it, because it's always gonna bring you a sense of peace when you getting what you need, finding out what you need and acting on it to get what you need, right? Step number 4 is set boundaries. I want y'all to understand is set boundaries with other people, and not just with other people. You have to set boundaries for yourself, what you will and won't allow yourself to do. I won't allow myself to let myself down, right? I won't lie to myself. I won't tell myself that I'm finna do this and I don't do it. I just won't allow myself to do that. We set boundaries for other people. We can tell people, okay, this is what I expect, this is what I don't expect, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And you expect for other people to treat you with that and abide by your expectations and your boundaries, but you got to hold yourself to the same standard, right? Because in order for you to expect it from out of somebody else, you got to first give it to yourself. You can't expect the person to love you if you don't know how to love yourself. It's just like you trying to teach a game, you trying to teach game to a person that you trying to teach the game to somebody else when you don't even know the rules, right? It's impossible. You can't teach it because you're unaware of it. So you got to be able to love yourself and set boundaries for yourself, for you can set boundaries for anybody, right? Another step is to protect yourself. Now, when I say protect yourself, I mean physically, emotionally, and mentally, right? You have to be mindful of, well, like I keep saying, what triggers you. You got to be mindful of what you like, where you see yourself at, right? If I see within the next 5 years, if I see myself as a millionaire, right, I got to protect certain aspects of me so I can get to that goal. I can't say that that's this and then I'm out here acting off of emotions, or I'm acting off of whatever that's not aligning with what I see for myself, right? So you got to protect yourself mentally, like being mindful of what you allowing people to put into your head, being mindful of what you read, being mindful of what you see. And it's the same with your emotions. If you know something is going to cause a certain reaction out of you, don't even put yourself in that situation, right? Because you know nothing good is going to come from that. So protecting yourself at all costs is always necessary when it comes to self. The sixth step is to live intentionally. I want everybody, like Caleb was just talking about, I want everybody to set some type of goal for yourself, whether it's short term, whether it's long term, or whether it's lifelong. Set some type of goal for yourself and live with intention. If you don't have a target, what can you shoot at? If you don't have a basket, what you throwing the ball for? It's just gonna be an air ball. It's gonna be a waste. It's gonna be a waste bullet. You can't just shoot just to be shooting. When it comes to life, I feel like so many people fear having intention and expectation because they fear letting themselves down. But I'm gonna tell you, when you have to be in a space where you so messed up about your future and where you see yourself at, that you will never allow yourself to let yourself down, right? Set those expectations, move with intentions. You set your goals 5 years from now, you see yourself here. So everything that you do from here on out to the time you get to them 5 years, that 5 year span, you got to be doing whatever it takes for you to get there. You cannot slack off. You cannot do whatever it was that you've been doing that you know that's gonna keep you from getting there. You have to be mindful of what you're doing day in and day out. You have to live with intention, right? Step number 7 is to show up for yourself. I know I'm that friend. Anybody tell you who I'm associated with, friends, family, I'm always gonna be that friend that's checking up on somebody. If you need me, call me, right? If you leave my house, let me know when you get home. I'm always gonna be that person. I'm gonna be your number one supporter. When you start this, I'm gonna try to be the first person that supports you, but that's me. But before I was like that with other people, I had to be like that with myself as well. I can't give out something that I'm not even giving to myself. So I had to be there for myself, right? I know a lot of times in life you get blessed with visions that people won't see. You will get blessed with a vision that may not make sense to the next person. You may get blessed with a vision that'll have people looking at you like, bro, you crazy if you think you finna achieve that. So sometimes you be in situations in life where you have to be your biggest cheerleader. Like you gotta be your biggest support system because you won't get it from everybody else, right? So showing up for yourself the same way you show up for other people, right? And the last step, and this is my favorite step, the last step to self-awareness and self-love and self-respect is to practice self-care and self-maintenance. I know for me, self-care and self-maintenance to me is at the end of each month, I take a day off and I just evaluate everything that went on for that past month. I evaluate my mess ups, I evaluate my improvements, I evaluate my finances, right? I spend time with myself, I go to lunch with myself, I meditate, I pray, I go get my haircut, I go get me a massage, but that works for me. That brings peace to me. Like I can actually calm myself down and game plan for whatever it is. I can see where I'm at. Like I said at the beginning of my segment, you got to be in tune with yourself. You got to know where you're going at in life. You got to be able to tell yourself like, I'm here and this is where I need to be, or I need to be here and I'm not there right now. So that gives me that sense of urgency to achieving whatever it is I feel like I need to achieve. For you, it may be something totally different. That's why you have to spend time with yourself. You got to get out. You got to find out what feeds your soul, what feeds your mind, what feeds you emotionally. You got to find it out. And when you find it out and you bring that into like at least one day out of the month to make yourself feel good, because a lot of times life will really, really knock you down. And so like when you take a day or two out and you just calm your thoughts and find some sense of inner peace, it really, really, really puts you in a whole nother space in life, and it really fuels you into getting wherever you need to go, right? So that's the end of my segment. I hope everybody gains some type of knowledge that they didn't have when before I first got on. So yeah, without further ado, J-Rock, I'm gonna pass it back over to you, bro.
Woo! Mr. Ken, you done it again, man. Super, super, super grateful for that, man. Super grateful for that value, because I think it's very important for people to realize how important it is for them to love the vessel that they occupy, man. The vessel that you occupy is the only vessel that you get in this life, man. And if you're not doing what you can to maintain it and to protect it, to elevate it, to develop it, what are you really doing? You kind of doing your purpose. You're doing yourself an injustice to that. And man, Mr. Ken, thank you for that, man. Definitely see the value in caring for yourself and loving yourself the way that you deserve to love yourself, so that you can in turn give that love out to the world, give that love out outwardly, man, to other people, to the people that look towards. And man, this has been a phenomenal day one. This has been a phenomenal day one. Couldn't have pre-game any better than what that was, man. The locker room was definitely jumping. I'm super excited, you guys. I love it. It's key, you guys. It's key. It's key with Mr. Sturgill touched on. Mindset plus action equals results. We gotta have the proper mindset in order to put forth the necessary actions uh in order to receive the results that we're looking to receive, in order to get that lifestyle, that house, that to have that six-figure bank account, you guys. It's important to have goals. What Mr. Canoes touched on, it's important to have goals. So when developing the proper mindset, in order for us to put forth the proper action, we got to know where we're going. We got to have those goals and that plan in action, so that we can put forth that action. We have to have that plan of action so we can know what we're doing in order to get there. And you got to know what you want. You got to love yourself enough to know what you want, where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to do, in order for those goals to really mean something to you, so that you can impact the people around you. And I think these three gentlemen brought it all full circle, man. Their topics went hand in hand with each other, because success is a journey. Success is a journey. This is a marathon, you guys. So we have to constantly, consistently equip ourselves with the necessary tools and the proper information in order to be set for the whole day. All right. Gotta be ready to gotta make sure that we're setting ourselves up for success every single day. So all of these things that Mr. Sturgill, Mr. Canoe, and Mr. Joyner tied into you guys tonight, we gotta put it all into a bowl and eat it. Put it all into a bowl, mix it up and eat it, because these are the necessary things that it takes. All right, we know it. We all know it. We all know what it takes, because what we're doing now, what we were doing before, we know that it didn't work. And these things that we're doing now, these things that are being talked about, these things that are circulating, this is the recipe, you guys. This is the recipe. So I hope y'all received that value from these coaches tonight in the locker room session. Please, please, please make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all reach out to somebody that you know, that you might know needs to hear this information. We want to get out. We want to reach out as far wide as we can. Shout out to everybody on the live stream. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. I hope that you receive some value tonight, man, from these phenomenal speakers, man. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We're going to cut it off right here. Peace, love, and blessings to every one of you all. Let's go out there and be the best version of ourselves for our name's sake, because it's all on us, y'all. The ball is in our court, ball is in your court. Let's do something about your life now. Y'all have a good night, family. Peace.